Hello out there, all you lucky people. This is Lonesome George Thorogood of the Delaware Destroyers, coming to you live tonight with the message of the blues. The blues trying to reach you in your heart and in your home. And with me tonight is the king of the boogie, my personal favorite blues, Sir John Lee Hooker.
Thank you very much. Indeed glad to be here with you.
You can see that. Not only is he the king of the boogie, but he is the most impeccably dressed man in show business today.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
But John, it's great to have you here, flying all the way in from San Francisco, taking time out from your schedule to visit with us.
I'm indeed glad to do it, and I'm always happy to work with you, George. I let the people know out there you're one of my greatest admirers and you're one of my greatest friends.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I love working with you.
Thank you. So we're going to start off the show here. If you can kind of tell us, not too many people are, your background, would they like to know? I mean, I know you came by way of Mississippi, up to Tennessee, Detroit, and all the way to California.
Yes, I did. I was playing when I was about 12 years old, really. But my stepfather, Wilmore, I learned from him an unusual style with no changes, no nothing, just coming from the heart and play guitar. So I think that's the way the blues should be played, with the feeling. You can't write blues on a paper. You can't write feeling on a paper. You feel it and then it comes right out. People say, how do you do that? Why so many groups and different rock singers you find doing your beat, but they don't do it just like you? I said, no, they're getting close, but they don't do it just like me. I said, I could and I can. If I wanted to play direct, I could play direct changes, but that wouldn't be John Lee Hooker.
Right.
I'd be off the beaten path, and I don't do that. And I left Mississippi when I was 14 years old.
You left Mississippi when you were 14?
Yes.
Left.
And I drifted into Memphis and Cincinnati. I had aunties in both places, so I do a little work here and there, and I would stay with them.
Was that musical work you did?
No, just ushers in theaters and, seating people in the little red jacket on, So but my heart and my mind was into my music all the time, but I had to work some to survive, because I wasn't known. But I, for sure that I was going to get known. That's the way I felt. And then
you were confident?
Yes, and I left Cincinnati. I come into Detroit when I was about 18 or 19, and that's where I grew up at, until I moved to California 14 years ago, and that's where I got famous at.
Detroit?
Yes.
And you started your earliest recordings around in the Detroit area?
Yes, my earliest recorded, I recorded in 1950, and it came out in 1951, Boogie Chillen.
Boogie Chillen.
And this guy, Elmer Barber, he discovered me. Bunny Bestman claimed he did, but he didn't. And so he didn't. Elmer Barber, this guy, he discovered me, and he brought me to Bunny Bestman. He had a little label called Sensation Label. And I got on that label, and I did Boogie Chillen, and Boogie Chillen was so big that his little label couldn't handle it. And he released it out to Modern, Modern Record? And they did a worldwide distribution then. And everywhere you went, that's all you could hear on Boogie Chillen. There was jukebox every time you turn your radio on.
And that was with you alone, without a band?
Well, yes.
A solo?
Yeah, solo just mean...
Electric guitar?
Yeah. Just me and my guitar and my feet.
That's great.
And it sounded like a full rhythm section, which I guess, well, I don't have to tell you. You heard it a many times.
Yeah, I have, but the other folks haven't.
Yeah, right. Well,
I'd love to hear it.
Well, they know it now.
That's a unique thing. People don't make records, one guy alone, a up-tempo song, and have it catch on like that. You're probably one of the fewest people ever in the history of show business to do such a thing.
I'm one of the few. I have tried to think of someone did it, in that type of a music to catch on like that. I did, a folk song I had one of the catch do folks, people like Dylan and Joan Baez did his kind of, but just blues what I did.
That's right.
I never know nobody to just do it and come just a worldwide hit, like that. Well, because I was carrying a tremendous amount of rhythm with my feet. And
Stop tape. Stop. No. Okay. You ready, Gary?
We're rolling. Next speed.
Next speed.
Just
No.
roll first. You got 5 seconds? You got it.
where he was.
Okay, I got it. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Boogie Chillen caught on worldwide. It must have caught on worldwide because I know the people in England were listening to it because
Oh yeah, well.
some bands over there started recording your songs and sort of idolized you.
Oh yeah, a lot of them. You remember a group called the Groundhogs? You heard of them? Yeah, you probably didn't, but
You've mentioned them to me before.
yeah, they was in England. And I went over there and they was playing that song, and she was on the outside. You think I was in there playing it with them?
Really?
Yeah, because they really studied my music over there, and it was a big treat to me, and I was proud of them really doing something like that. See, that particular song, it had a tremendous rhythm. It did an over an A, what they call Spanish then.
Yeah.
And then Spanish has a full sound. It just sounds like just 2 or 3 people doing it, and I had,
Those cats were doing it too.
yeah, and I had a foot stomp, like kind of a tremendous amount of rhythm with my feet, along with my music, keeping time with my music, and people they could dance by, they could, everything like that. It was just something new and different.
Well, they adapted it to a band. The Animals did several of your songs.
Oh yeah, the Animals they did Boom Boom, they did Marty, they on down the line, and they was great fans of mine.
So the Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan, they opened for you, didn't they?
Well, yes. When the Stones first was getting organized, I was over there with Don Arden. He was producing me over there. He was booking me over there. And Don Arden, when the Stones was getting together, they getting organized. On their first tour, they went out and played, it was my opening act. We went all through England and places like that, and Mick and he was crazy now. He's just as crazy then as he is now today. And so we had a lot of fun with those kids, and
It's interesting to know that when you were that popular, there's people open for you.
Yeah, and then and I was the first person to put Bob Dylan on the bandstand.
Oh yeah?
Right there in Gertie's Folk City, 11 West 4th Street.
You
remember a little club called Gertie's?
No? Oh yeah. East Folk City.
Yeah, Folk City.
And he opened for you then?
Yeah, he used to hang around there with me every night. I was living at the Broadway Central Motel. Bob liked that white wine, every night me and him, we get through, I go out and we have wine, go to my hotel, a little suite there, and me and him stay up all night, drinking wine, playing guitar. Him and his girlfriend named Susie. I don't know why you never heard that name before.
She's on one of his album covers.
Yeah. Well, she'd be in there and they get drunk, they'd be fighting in the room, and then the hotel manager said, Mr. Hooker, if you can't handle Bob, I'm gonna have to put you out the hotel too.
So, in other words, it's like over a 20-year period, these people, Rolling Stones, Bob Dylan, the Animals, just about every one of them have brushed up against you in one shape, form, or another. I know the Jake Giles band was wild about your music and has cut some of your stuff.
Yeah, and ZZ Top, he do the boogie. You probably heard him.
Oh yeah.
And so.
Isn't there one band you're leaving out that does some of your music? Isn't there just one you haven't mentioned yet?
There's probably a lot of them I done forgot
Well,
about.
just can't you think of one off the top of your head? Can't you think of one? Like maybe the George Thorogood and the Destroyers? What about them?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, George Thorogood and the Destroyers, when I heard him, he was, George Thorogood, he was so close to me. I said, now what is kid learn to play like me so close? And the first thing I heard about you was during our one bourbon, one scotch, and one beer.
Tonight we'll get together and do Boogie Chillen. How would that be?
Oh, good. I'm looking forward to that. Because I drug my guitar all the way here. I wish I'd have started on the bus with the guys. But I know you can do it just like I do it, but I don't know how you do it. But you
It's
do
feeling,
it.
John. It's just feeling.
I don't know how you do it. I lay in my bed at night. This is the truth. I said, now how this kid he can do Boogie Chillen lick by lick. I said, how do I? So I said, nobody do it like John Lee Hooker. I said, but he's really close to me, you know, and they're, not only that, on down the line, you do practice, you know, a lot of mama too, and I love that too. Anybody in the world, I love to see do it is you.
Thank you.
Because I know you're a very honest, you're as close to me as peanut butter to a sandwich.
All right.
All right.
Good stuff. Do one of the blues?
One of the blues.
All right, and then we'll be set. Okay.
That's him.
Yeah. John?
Yes.
Have you just look right into the lens and as briefly, as short as you can, just sort of tell us what the blues are. It's going to be cutting with a bunch of other people.
Well, let me tell you this. He said, tell you what the blues are. It's hard to do. I've been asked that a lot of time. What is the blues are? The blues is a feeling. It's something that you don't write on paper. It's something that you got to feel like when some people think you got to be down and out, broke and hungry to, to do the blues, but it's not. The blues is a thing, anybody can have the blues. The whole world can have the blues. When you're feeling low and out, that's the blues. And any song that you do, ballad, rock, is always taken from the blues. But it's saying the same thing that we are saying, that I'm saying when I'm saying the blues. And the blues is the thing that it picks me up when I'm down. When you're down, the blues lift you up. Like if your old lady done left you, you're in love with her. That's when you can sing the blues. Or when you're having problems, that's when you can sing the blues. Now, even rich people have the blues. You can have all the money in the world, but you can have problems. And that's what you call the blues. That's as close as I can describe it. I cannot put it in no other form.
Good stuff. Need something else?
Just ask Mr. Hooker, what is the what is boogie? What is that?
What is boogie?
George should ask him.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still rolling?
Yeah, I'll start this way.
You want me to say?
Yeah, you're going to ask him
All right.
about the boogie.
Okay, now, we all know that emotionally, feeling-wise, nobody
Right.
can deliver the message of the blues like John Lee Hooker.
Right.
But you are noted as the king of the boogie. You are the boogeyman.
And you want to know what is the boogie?
Lay it on us.
Well, the boogie is, it's really rock.
Yeah.
Cause you can dance, but you can do anything you want to do. But you can get up there, you can just dance and do anything. You can't sit still. But it's not hard rock like you do. But it's really slow boogie rock. You can just sit there and rock and do anything you want and get up there. That's what the boogie are. Now, and the rock was taken from the boogie and stepped up, speeded up real fast, like Chuck Berry, and you do it. But the slow rock boogie,
Yeah.
that's what the boogie is.
In between rock and roll and the blues.
Yeah.
That's what the boogie is.
That is what it is. Because, you can't slow dance by a
That's right.
boogie. Like when we play the boogie, everybody gets on their feet.
That's right.
They get them start boogieing.
Okay.
And I originated that, and everybody, rock band, everybody, they boogie. They boogie this, they boogie down, they're doing that boogie. They playing the boogie, but it's just slow rock boogie. Slow rock, but it's boogie.
Boogie Chillen.
Uh-huh.
Well, there you have it.
Do you want to talk at all about Lightning Hopkins?
Well, I'd say one of the greatest. Well, it's bring back sorry. I hate me and the man was so close.
Hold on one second.
I'd rather not, but it's you. And
We'll get into that. Or if you could just ask the question and then
Okay.
John can talk about it.
You want me to ask right now? Okay, sure. I went to Texas in 1977, and I went down there primarily to try to get my band some work. I had a tape of our upcoming first album, and while I was there, I was trying as hard as I could to try to see Lightning Hopkins play, because I'd never seen him. And he was playing at the Juneteenth Festival over in Houston during June of '77. John Lee Hooker was also on the bill, and
Yeah,
somehow I
well.
got backstage, and you don't remember this, but you introduced me to Lightning Hopkins. I walked
did?
up to you and said hi, and you just real quick said, Lightning, here's this guy that wants to meet you. And just look, it's John Lee Hooker.
I know. I met him.
well, you mean you did?
You got to speak?
Huh?
You got to speak. Okay.
Well,
God.
well, I meet so many people, honey.
You got to speak, John.
John, whenever you're ready.
Yes, I'm ready. I don't know where I was though. I think he was asking something about England.
Mm-hmm.
And the blues who made the blues really big in this country, bigger than it ever been. It had to go over to Europe and England, and I think it was in the early 60s when all the groups over there and the blues singers, John Mill and the rest of them, they got a hold of the blues and they made it really, really big over there. And then the people over here, you know, got wise and it broke out over here. But they first got so big in England. Everywhere you go over there, they was talking the blues, they was singing, that's all they talked about. You couldn't, and I went over there, he was same as the president over there, bigger. And I was big over there, and I was, yeah.
Was that, you were there in the early 60s playing?
Around 62.
You were there playing, performing live?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you experienced it firsthand.
Yeah, I mean, Brownie McGee and Sonny Terry and Dixon, we all over there. And the blues was so big over there. And it wasn't that big over here. And we went over there, and that's why we made our big money out over there. Then the people, they got jealous, I guess, the people here in the States said, well, hey, this belonged to us. We created the blues. This is the home of the blues.
That's right.
And then all the young kids come and grabbing the blues. After the young kids went to England, they said, well, if they can do it, we can do it. And they really did that. And that's why the blues got so big. It first started in England. And I don't know why you aware of that or not, but it did.
I've heard some talk.
Yeah, he's aware of that. And it was really big there. And then it got really big in the 60s, but it had to go there and come back. And then, and that's...
No, the Animals put Boom Boom on the radio. That was a big hit here.
Ooh,
you know? It was a big hit.
Oh, yeah, I got some fat chicks off of it.
The fat chicks. Okay.
Yeah, that was a big, big hit there. And then they did Marty, you know.
I mean, that was playing on AM radio.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like right on, like, you know, with a lot of other pop music.
Oh, right.
An authentic blues song.
Yeah, right. You know, he was really big in Boom Boom and stuff like that.
You still do Boom Boom in your show.
Oh, yeah. That was a big, big hit. The Animals, they made it big, and they did Marty, and I'm Bad Like Jesse Jane, and it's on and on. And I had the whole field to myself for the outstanding blues singer. I just come out of nowhere. I was hit with it so hard that I was shocked myself. Yeah, I really was. I didn't know all these big good things was happening to me. It was coming on me so fast. I didn't know how to handle it. You know, for a while I didn't.
I mean, you seem to be handling it pretty well now.
Well, now, yes, I do now. But then I was much younger. I didn't know. I used to, hey, all these things happened to me. I said, you know.
What was your music?
Yeah. So I said, well, look at when I was playing in Detroit, I thought I had a little old Creole playing around there before I got famous. Piano, drums, and myself, and Eddie Kirkland. You heard of Eddie Kirkland? I guess you have. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
And we all was playing together. Then me and I used to go on the road with just two guitars, just me and him. And then David Clayton Thomas, he made Boom Boom. And I don't know what he did.
Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
Oh yeah. But he wasn't. That was his first record. He wasn't that big.
So you're still doing it today the same way with your small bands? Your small band, like you have a guitar, bass, drummer, and yourself now. That's it.
Well, I have Deacon, the organ player.
Deacon, that's right. Can't let out the Deacon.
Yeah.